If you are part of the LGBTQIA community, you need to share this. And if you're an ally, step up. Body shaming of any sort is not okay. I am a thicker man, and that is okay. All you gay boys out there who shame other men for how they look, ew. And let's not forget, not dating someone because of their skin color isn't preference, it's racism. Let's not forget ableism, biphobia, transphobia, and ageism. This LGBTQI community needs a serious check, especially the gay men. And just because someone is non-binary, non-conforming, and gender fluid doesn't mean they're trying to change their gender or anything. They're just not going to fit into society's norm of what a man looks like and what a woman looks like. Because it's all actually made up from some Christian Bible that was made by a white man to suppress a bunch of slaves. Same with grammar. Stop the hate or get off my...
Well, I don't know. It's really messed up. Super gay.
And we are back. We're back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're all having an amazing day. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. Things are getting wild. Today's focus is going to be on two news stories that happened over the weekend that I don't even know what to say. You'll be able to judge for yourself when you see them. That's going to be the focus of this. However, I will not deprive you guys of your epic woke TikTok fails.
TikTok is degenerate trash. Correct.
Everything woke turns to shit, okay?
Ain't that the truth? Wow. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming back. So yeah, like I said, these two news stories, you may have heard of them. You may have seen them. I can't even believe it, but... so we're going to get into that. We've got a couple of videos we're going to check out, in the wacky world of woke TikTok. So we'll keep up to date on that as well. If you put your attention on the screen real quick, this is where we're at today. We've got they call themselves FAB, F-A-B. It's the Fat Anti-Fascist Brigade. Fatties Against Fascism. That's what their t-shirts say. Like, what? It's like, it's the scooter section of Antifa. I don't... Okay. All right, so before we get into it, I got to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video. We got 6 sponsors. I'll try to get through it as quickly as possible. I just want to say thank you guys so much. You guys are the ones keeping this ship afloat as the YouTube's overlords are still trying to sink us. So the sponsors of today's video is being brought to us by, number 1, Hobo Art and Apparel. Hobo Art and Apparel, it's patriotic gear and decals. I don't have a link for that. If you want to send me a link, I'll put it in the description box below. I couldn't find a link. There might be a Facebook page of Hobo Art and Apparel. I haven't checked it out, but it's patriotic gear and decals. Check that out if you get a chance. Second sponsor of today's video, Matthew Donahue. Matthew, thank you so much, sir. Greatly appreciate the support. Thank you. Third sponsor of today's video, none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, the Boltonator. Super sponsor, the Boltonator. Boltonator's got a channel on the YouTubes. I will put a link to that in the description box below. After this video, go check out the Boltonator's channel. Super funny, does meme reviews, TikTok reviews, and I'm sure he would greatly appreciate some love and support over there. Fourth sponsor of today's video, is Jennifer Youngman. You will recognize her in the comment section as Parrot Girl Tattoo. All right, so Jennifer Youngman, Parrot Girl Tattoo, wanted to give a huge Valentine's Day shout out to Jason. It's her best friend and the love of her life. So Jason, shout out to you, sir. Happy Valentine's from Jennifer Youngman. And fifth sponsor of today's video, Pamela Lewis. You guys recognize her in the comment section as Pammy Lewis. Pammy, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Last, certainly not least, we've got someone that wants to stay anonymous. So I will out your gender. Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. And all right, so thank you guys all so much. I'm trying to get through this quickly so I don't get yelled at in the comment section. If you would like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there's a PayPal link in the description box below. I will say your full name as a sponsor of that video unless stated otherwise by you. If you want to stay anonymous, if you want to shout somebody else out, a store, YouTube channel, anything, you guys, however you guys want to do it, that's how we're going to do it. Let's get into it. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to keep everyone happy here. Anyway, thank you guys all so much for sponsoring today's video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is, first one is one of those cases where these people, hey, live your life however you want. Do not try to force it on anybody else. That's exactly what this person tries to do. Roll the film, please.
I have this one coworker who simply refuses to use the correct pronouns for me. I've called her out every time she misgenders me, and she just is resigned to not change. And today just broke something in me. I just snapped. I ended up yelling at her after the third time she misgendered me, and within like 30 minutes, like, I use they, them pronouns. And she got so defensive. And I just started explaining to her, like, I'm sick and tired of this shit. Like, you need to at least make an attempt. And she popped off, got upset, got defensive. What are you going to do about it? And I just said, I'm going to be really hurt and sad. Like, that's all I can do about it. And the worst part is that at that point, my boss, who claims to be so woke and, like, happy and joyous and making a safe, positive environment for everybody, gangs up on me with her and says, like, this is, Carson, like, shut up, this is not the time for a political statement. And I was upset, rightfully so, but was trying to take such a level-headed approach to it of, like, this is not a political statement. My identity is not a political statement. It's just my identity. All I'm asking you to do is respect that. And it really is within our own community that people have the most rampant transphobia. The coworker that refuses to use the correct pronouns for me claims to be bisexual, and she stands up and goes, when I came out as bisexual, everybody was mad at me. It's like, then why are you mad at the trans kid? Like, what? You want to inflict that same pain onto me? It's so frustrating because then my boss spins it around as, like, I'm the one who's making a scene and is being, like, over emotional or oversensitive.
Ha! That's it! Hold it right there! Pronoun trouble.
I suggest you stop whining like a little bitch.
All right, let me break this down real quick. First of all, I'm not going to call somebody, a singular person, I'm not going to call one person a they, them. I'm just not. That doesn't make sense. Like, you're one person, you're not a they, them. You're not a bunch of people. Secondly, you can do that if you want. That's fine. That's great. That's the great thing about living in a free country is you can put your pronouns in your bio, all that stuff. But to try to force someone else to call you a they, them, when it, and unfortunately, I think the laws are going to get stricter around this. If you call this person a they, them in the future, or I think it even happens now in Canada, you could get arrested. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but that's exactly where we're heading. So I got to say, I don't know what the deal is with the coworker or the boss, but hey, keep that garbage out of the workplace. You know what? I'll just keep it moving. Okay, listen, we're going to get into those two news stories I was talking about in just a minute. It's priceless. Just a couple more of these TikToks. And I don't understand why people, I don't understand the whole thing in TikTok. I just don't get it. So this, it says, having a literal breakdown, trying to figure out what to feed myself after only eating a bagel all day. And I think it's just a song playing.
Wiggle like you're trying to make your ass fall.
Let's just mute that. So this person's having a literal breakdown trying to figure out what to feed myself after only eating a bit. What in God's name? I got an idea.
Eat vegetable! Eat broccoli!
I don't know. A suggestion. I don't. And then I came across another one, and I've had people in the comments before say, oh, you seem to go hard at the heavy people. Listen, I've put on probably 25 pounds of unhealthy weight in the past, year or so. I need to start working out. But I just don't think it's not anyone's trying to pick on these people. It's not healthy. I mean, if you look at 75% of the people that cashed out because of COVID or that were really affected because of COVID that ended up in the ICUs and hospitals. You don't want to believe any of the statistics around that. They were obese, very obese, morbidly obese people. It's not healthy for your heart. It's not good for your heart, your lungs, your joints, your bones. It's just not. It's no one's trying to be mean. And if that's how you want to live, but I don't see many people that are that big that are really, really happy with life. It's hard. It takes a toll on the system. So I saw this one too.
I'm fat, but big deal. I don't feel bad about it. You never made me feel bad about it. And just because there are some people in the world who want me to feel bad about it, doesn't mean I have to.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
Yeah, but I don't want you to feel bad about it. I would just recommend a healthy lifestyle of eating healthy, eat the vegetables, eat the broccoli, exercising. There's a lot of things you can do, and that gives you more energy. It makes you feel better. It gets you outside walking in the sun. You get the vitamin D. It leads to a lot of different things. Instead of making TikToks about how you don't feel bad about being okay, I'll shut up. Moving right along. All right, so that's going to be it for the woke world of TikTok. That's enough for today. That's all I can stand, and I can't stand anymore. These two news stories. I've lost hope. Society is crumbling right before our eyes, and this proves it. All right, so Brian Stelter of CNN, the little potato head, there's been a full-out assault on Joe Rogan, misinformation and disinformation and all this nonsense, because Joe Rogan's got a huge platform. He's not controlled by the establishment, and he has conversations with people. Now, CNN is getting destroyed in the numbers by Joe Rogan. About 10 times, has 10 times more viewers than CNN. Now, little Brian Stelter doesn't enjoy that at all. And so Brian Stelter here, this clip was from sometime last week. Now, Brian Stelter, you'll see him here. Ask why people trust Joe Rogan and they don't trust people like CNN or Brian Stelter. Now, I'm going to show you exactly why. Roll the film, please.
It is. I want to show all kinds of opinions.
Which sounds great, but not all opinions are created equal.
You
think about major newsrooms like CNN that have health departments and deaths and operations that work hard on verifying information on COVID-19. And then you have talk show stars like Joe Rogan who just wing it, who make it up as they go along. And because figures like Rogan are trusted by people that don't trust real newsrooms, we have a problem that's much bigger than Spotify, much bigger than any single platform, Kate. But that's what is the heart of this right now.
Yeah, but you're right. It is getting at something bigger that isn't going to be solved in one Joe Rogan video or one statement from Spotify. That's for sure. It's good to see you, Brian. Thank you.
A few moments later.
And then you have talk show stars like Joe Rogan who just wing it, who make it up as they go along. And because figures like Rogan are trusted by people that don't trust real newsrooms, we have a problem that's much bigger than Spotify, much bigger than any single platform, Kate. That don't trust real newsrooms.
You're a fucking idiot.
This was on CNN's homepage yesterday. Rogan's use of the N-word is another January 6th moment. These people, they're not serious people. They're not serious people. We can't take them serious. So Brian Stelter's up there pushing propaganda. Unfortunately, there are still people that listen to him. I've talked about my uncle before who disinvited me from his, our camp. It's kind of it's his house. It's his lake house, but it's a camp we've been going up to for decades and decades as a family. I'm the only one in the family that was disinvited because I didn't get the magic potion, the shot. And so he listens to CNN all day. So he believes this nonsense. He thinks Joe Rogan's a far right Racist. So there's that. All right, let's move on to the last story and wrap this up. All right, so this one's even crazier. Now, this part, this has gone viral, extremely viral. So it's the clip after this and the interview after this happened. So for those of you that don't know what happened, this is comedian Heather McDonald, female comedian. She's at the Improv. Now, this moment, she gets up here and said, you know what, watch the clip. And I'm going to keep my head here because something happens that if I didn't keep my head here, the YouTubes would demonetize the video. They probably still will anyway, but I'm going to keep my head here. You're going to see what happens. We'll talk about it after. Roll the film, please.
I don't mean to brag. I don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, and I'm going to be honest, I have the shingle shot too. And I still get my period. What? Yes! Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. So nice.
Oh, son of a... That's gonna leave a mark.
So she's up there bragging about all the stuff she's putting into her body. Who knows what it is? Double vax, boosted, shingles, blah, blah, blah. And then she says, oh, obviously Jesus loves me most. And boom, down she goes. You could hear her head hit. The crowd thought it was part of the act, which it seemed like it would be. It was a funny, it would have been funny. But it wasn't part of the act. She whacked her head so hard on that. No, she just fell straight back like a tree falling. Boom! Nothing broke her fall. That's what you could hear. And the crowd laughed. They thought, but it wasn't part of the act. So she fell back, cracked her skull. She's got skull fractures. 2 weeks after that, so she was in the hospital. She was in the ICU. They ran all kinds of tests. Now, the bizarre part of this, that was crazy in itself. She went on Dr. Drew. I'm sure some of you guys know, most of you guys probably know Dr. Drew. She went on Dr. Drew, a podcast or something with him, to talk about this because I think she's pretty convinced it's from the you know what. Now, what Dr. Drew says is mind-numbing. Just let me get to it. Okay, yeah, so it's a podcast that says it's called Ask Dr. Drew. So that's Heather McDonald. She's got sunglasses on because she's got 2 black eyes from the skull fracture. This is crazy. Roll the film.
We looked back, and I did get the booster, which I had double Pfizer and Moderna booster, 3 weeks to the day of the fall. Is there anything that you've seen about time-wise? Because, when I asked the doctors about that, they said, oh, normally... Okay, go ahead.
2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks is where you see a lot of this stuff. I have a friend that got the booster, and he got really destroyed by it. He still can't walk across the room. He's having all kinds of symptoms. There's a lot of funny stuff. We don't really know what it all is and where it's coming from, but it's still worth doing it. I'm not at the point where I'm saying that it's still worth the risk, but it's got a lot of funny side effects and syncope. It's called fainting is one of them, and I think it's from the POTS syndrome, POTTS.
What the hell did you just say?
I have a friend that got the booster, and he got really destroyed by it. He still can't walk across the room. He's having all kinds of symptoms. There's a lot of funny stuff. We don't really know what it all is and where it's coming from, but it's still worth doing it. I'm not at the point where I'm saying that it's still worth the risk. I have a friend that got the booster, and he got really destroyed by it. He still can't walk across the room. He's having all kinds of symptoms. There's a lot of funny stuff. We don't really know what it all is and where it's coming from, but it's still worth doing it. I'm not at the point where I'm saying that it's still worth the risk, but it's got a lot of funny side effects and syncope. It's called fainting.
Surely you can't be serious.
It's still worth doing it. I'm not at the point where I'm saying that it's still worth the risk.
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Jesus Christ.
What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. Then she goes on to say, I think I'm done. I'm not going to get the 4th one. I'm done. And he said, yeah, that's probably a good idea that you, what? So his friend got destroyed, can't walk across the room, and there's a high likelihood that his friend, if he got, if he just got caught the illness, he probably would have been fine. Maybe sick for, the vast majority of people that catch this are fine. I don't even know what to say. I can't believe he just put those two things in the same thing. And then and then he goes on to ask her. He ordered all these tests for her. I don't know why he did, if he's a doctor or what, but he had her heart tested, ran all these real expensive tests that I wanted to check for myocarditis and this and that. And so clearly they're seeing a lot of this stuff happening. I think it's worth the risk. What? Falling over and fracturing your skull? I mean, there's a lot of crazy things happening. I'm sure most of you people probably heard that Bob Saget passed away a while back. Well, there's some questions about what happened to him too, because his skull apparently was pretty messed up, so they don't know what happened there. Listen, things are getting crazy. Things are really getting crazy. So I know this video was a little different. We had, a few clips from the woke world of TikTok at the beginning. Usually I play a lot more of those, but I just had to show you guys these two things with Bri Stelter and CNN saying that Rogan saying the N-word was a January 6th insurrection, and then this. So we're living in a clown world. Nothing is serious. You can't take these people serious. You can't take Dr. Drew serious when he says that. Well, yeah, it's still worth it, but you destroyed my friend. So I don't think anyone ever took Brian Stelter serious. So it was a little different today. I hope you guys liked it. But that's a wrap. I got to figure out some kind of new format so I can just do like a video on a certain day about crazy news stories, and then keep going with the woke world of TikTok insanity, because that's just pure entertainment. A little frustrating sometimes, but pure entertainment. All right. So anyway, I want to give a huge shout out once again to the sponsors of today's video. We've got Hobo Art and Apparel. We've got Matthew Donahue. We've got The Boltonator. Boltonator's YouTube channel will be linked in the description box below. We've got Jennifer Youngman, who wants to wish a happy Valentine's Day to her best friend and the love of her life, Jason. You'll recognize her in the comment section as Paragirl Tattoo. Also, Pammy Lewis. Pammy, thank you. And once again, last but not least, Anonymous, thank you, sir. I'm going to out your gender. Thank you so much, sir. Greatly appreciate it. You guys are the ones that are allowing me to continue to do this stuff. Like I said, the YouTube's overlords are putting the boot on this channel, but we're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna keep plowing ahead. We're not gonna let them hold us down. So that's all due to you guys. And listen, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Become a member of the greatest community on the YouTubes. That's you guys. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, just clearly things are absolutely absurd. You can't even believe anything you hear. It's hard to figure out where and what you can believe these days. So we're just going to do our best. I promise I'm going to keep bringing you guys the truth. All right. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace.